Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to today's video. So today I wasn't really planning on filming this kind of video. I actually was going to begin my Osberton prep for my first international run kind of thing, because I was meant to have a lesson at 8:30 this morning. Well, it is now 9 o'clock and clearly haven't gone for a lesson because the lorry wouldn't start again, which is becoming a running theme, which is not ideal, but I think we've got it sorted. It basically hasn't ran since the immobiliser last went, and we did charge it up afterwards, but we haven't ran the lorry since. So a little bit stupid on our part, to be fair. It was kind of to be expected in hindsight, but hindsight is a beautiful thing. So yeah, we haven't gone for a lesson, which has left me feeling a bit like, oof, like I had all plans of what to do with the horses today, and now it's kind of like fluffed all that up, but it's fine. So I thought I'd just bring you along for a bit of like a day in the life. Obviously I have mostly mucked out. I've got one stable left to muck out because I got here nice and early this morning so that I could get all my mucking out done, because then after I went for a lesson I knew it was going to be quite a quick turnaround, because I have just got to go and ride a horse for somebody at 11. Well, obviously none of that happened, so I have got Porsche here. Porsche has got a nice zebra fleece on because you were going to come with us as a backstop, because obviously having two mares, they're a little bit silly with each other, so I was going to bring Porsche along to stay at the back and keep the other company, but never mind. And then Phoenix is in. Phoenix, Porsche and Paprika come in the day, but I've currently got Pixie here because Pixie was obviously going to come for the lessons, but I've kept her in anyway because I'm going to go and poo pick her field before I put her out. She's got a bit of a naughty habit of, as soon as you drop the gate to get the Kubota in, she then runs over to the bit where it's dropped and jumps out of field. So yeah, she's got a bit naughty with that. So I'm going to go and poo pick her field before she goes out in it, and then I think I'm going to ride Pixie definitely before I go and ride for that other woman. I might get another one ridden, I'm not sure. I'm kind of just seeing how it goes. I'm going to do canter work with Phoenix and Bond. Phoenix has obviously got her first international soon, so I want to kind of try and fit. She's got it in just over a week till cross country day. She's doing the dressage a couple of days before, so I'd try like to fit 2 more canters in before then. So I'm going to canter once today, and then hopefully we'll fit 1 more in, but it's not the end of the world if we don't. And then Bond hasn't done any canter work in a long time, so I'm going to do that with him. Pixie, I'm thinking some sort of pole work gymnastic exercise. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. I'm going to go and set that up for her as well while I poo pick, decide what I'm doing. And then what else have I got? Porsche. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Porsche yet. We'll decide that as we go along. And then Paprika actually had her first day in the field, having a bit of like a trot round yesterday, so we're going to do that again today. Maybe have her first canter. I was doing separate vlogs for Paprika, but it's kind of been a bit slow the past couple of weeks just because we've had so much going on with scanning mares and stuff, and obviously I've got the 2 horses eventing. I'm trying to get Bond and Porsche ready to do a bit of eventing as well, so it's been all a bit go. So Paprika has been put on the back burner a little bit, but it's not affected her in any way. She is really good for, I can get on her and then have a few days off and get on her again, and she's no different. So yeah, we're quite lucky that she's really good like that. But anyway, I'm going to crack on. I've been waffling at you for ages, but I thought I'd put you in the picture. I don't really know what this vlog's going to be, but we will see how it goes. Out some poles. We haven't got many, to be honest, so what are you doing? Probably not. I have got these on a canter distance. Canter distances are really good to use. I'm not by any means saying this is a how-to, because I'm clearly not very creative with the lack of poles we've got, but yeah, these are all on a canter distance because you can walk, trot and canter obviously over these. So these are on 3 of my strides. I've just got 4 of them, and then I've just got some trot poles. 2 of them are rose. I don't know what the correct terminology is. Raised, that's the word. They're probably a little bit big. I'm going to pop them down a couple of holes, but they're meant to be on a bit of a curve. It's not actually that curved, to be fair, is it? But they are them. And trot poles, I kind of mess about with my distances a bit. I do 1 footstep to begin with, and then kind of move them to the horse. Yeah, you just run around on a bad one. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to put them down a couple of holes, and then we will grab Pixie out, who's currently in the stable. So now on board Pixie, you'll notice, well, you might not notice, but I'm in dressage tack, which is, well, touch wood, Pixie's turned a bit of a corner recently. We tend to have a summer Pixie and a winter Pixie, and I think we have just kind of switched over to summer Pixie. Winter Pixie is an absolute nightmare. I appreciate, I tell you guys that Pixie is a nightmare. I want to film, so I will try and see when I'm going this far away from the camera. But yeah, that is kind of what I deal with at home with Pixie generally. She's really good at competitions. Obviously wasn't that time, but generally. And then is a little bit naughty at home. But it's definitely a winter thing. Through summer, I find her a lot easier to manage. Through winter, she definitely is not easy to manage. She can be like that every time I get on. She often has to have a lunge before I get on. But as you can see, just by the fact that I can walk around like this, we're definitely turning a corner. In winter, I literally have to trot straight off. Otherwise, if I try and walk around, she just gets humpier and humpier and feels like I'm sat on a camel. So yeah, Pixie, I've really tried to incorporate poles into his work. So he's definitely a lot better, but I think I might do the poles with Porsche in a bit. She's also not great, and Phoenix is quite careful but rushes into them a bit like she does with the jumping. So yeah, I might leave them out for a couple of days and they can all do a bit of pole work over the next couple of days. Although Porsche did jump yesterday, so I'm a bit unsure as whether I should pole work her today, but we'll see. Not that it'll make much difference. It's not like jumping again, it's just getting her thinking and using her brain. But yeah, I'll try and talk you through what I'm working on with Pixie. Obviously it's not a full flat work session, but she does try, she kind of leans down on the bit a little bit, and can look, and she naturally carries herself in a position. Yeah, I'm trying to work on her carriage a little bit. Easy off the leg, as you can see. I'm trying to kick her on a bit now and she's not that responsive. To start off our sessions, we do lots of transition work with walk and trot, introduce some mediums, although our mediums aren't really there, they're not great, but yeah, try and get her moving on and back and get her thinking a little bit more and off my leg, because yeah, we're not the most responsive. I think, to be honest, she'd benefit from a little pair of spurs now that she's behaving, just to get her a little bit more off the leg aid. Obviously I don't really like to use aids and things if you don't have to, but sometimes just it's a bit easier than me trundling along, having to kick around all the time. It's probably so that I can just give it a little kick with the spur and change response. Obviously I'm just warming up now, so she's actually got to a point where I can kind of trust her a bit more on a loose rein, so I can warm her up on a loose rein. Winter Pixie would definitely not let me do that. I'd be holding on for dear life in my first trot and canter transition. For dear life, and being a little bit dramatic. But yeah, she's definitely turned a bit of a corner this last week, which is nice. She's probably one of my favourites to ride when she's in her summer mode. It's not fun really. So yeah, start warming up, doing lots of little bending bits, circles, changes of rein, just get her body warmed up and get her moving. She does a lot easier. I think it's left than right. I will confirm that in a minute because I can't actually remember. But yeah, let's just get you nice and warmed up. As you can see, I've not really got a rein, and she naturally, that was better to be fair, she took her nose out, which normally naturally just dips behind the vertical a little bit, which is obviously not what you really want. So once we've got her, let's just try bending hard. Once we've got her nice and warmed up, got her bending nicely, warmed the body up a little bit, I'll start to introduce some transition work. Like I say, she does like to just tuck herself in, but still keep a relatively long rein. Let's try and encourage her to take her nose out a bit more. Obviously at a competition I wouldn't go around with long reins, but while I can train at home, obviously it's a completely different way of riding. But yeah, so as you can see, definitely, the summer Pixie definitely comes with a much lazier Pixie. Yeah, I've got lots of things that we're working on from our lessons. So she's really, come on, I need to do some more of that because you're really not playing today. Why are you feeling so lazy? Okay, something else I'm working on is my walk transitions. We always mark badly for our walk. She just gets a bit tense in walk, which is fine, but Ben has given me some things to do, so my walk transitions, she can be a little bit slow and have a couple of jog strides in there. So he's basically said that I need to keep rising until she's actually in walk. And show you guys what I mean. So I'd usually sit and then we'd walk, but Pixie's a little bit slower, so I just keep basically rising while she does them jog steps, and then as soon as I feel that she's relaxed into walk, I then sit to the trot. Yeah, I'm going to do a few walk trot transitions, try and get her a little bit more off my leg. I find that she either brings her head up into walk or really like leans down on the bit, so we're also trying to work on that. If I feel she goes to lean down, I try and drop the rein so she can't lean against me, and then if I feel her come up, obviously I have to give her a little bit of a tickle down the rein to be like, hey, come back. Yeah, just lots of little things. I'm trying to teach you guys. I just thought, I haven't done any vlogs like this in a very long time, just of me riding and kind of explaining what I'm doing. I thought I'd include it. You guys can let me know if you want to see that stuff or not. But yeah, so now I'm going to start moving her on a bit in the trot, bringing her back. I do start across the diagonal just to get her going a little bit more. As you can see, it takes a minute to get that up. Yeah, just take that minute for it to kick in a little bit with her. So I just start doing the diagonals. And then there's obviously things that I'm always working on in my body, trying to work on once we get going, bringing my hands in and closer together and having a bit more higher hand carriage. I'm also trying to work on bringing my shoulders back a bit more. I think it's mainly from doing breakers and stuff. Pixie to I put myself in a bit of a protective position. Yeah, all these little things just to work on. And I mean, there's always stuff to work on with horses, isn't there? There you go. As you can see, there's not much of a medium in there at the moment, but just getting her moving backwards and forwards and opening that shoulder out a little bit, because she tends to sit in a pretty little nice trot, but it's not actually using her body that well. So yeah, it's just doing all these little exercises to try and help her. So got quite a nice canter really. She sits a little bit backwards. Again, we do just have to work on opening up her shoulder a little bit. So I'll try and give her a bit of a longer rein so she can take her nose out, and then I'll collect her in once we've got that shoulder open a little bit. Always helpful. None of our fields are flat, so they do kind of get a bit of balance going up and downhill, but I think it's already good for them. I'll do a little bit of counter. Good girl, I know, it's hard downhill. Doing lots of counter because Pixie, if anything, is a little bit weak behind. So we definitely try and include a bit of counter every time. And then maybe a simple change across this diagonal. Get your head up, darling. Whoa, that was not a nice transition. It's on there. I also find I need to ride with gloves on. It's really bad that I don't. These reins slip around a little bit. Just this one pair of reins. Maybe I should swap them, but I should be riding with gloves on anyway. It's a bit bad that I don't. Yeah, I'm not majorly putting her on a contact or anything today. Just trying to get her moving, using her body properly and stuff. So I'm going to ask her move on a little bit down this side. Good girl, come back. Good girl, come back. She does this thing when she wants to break into trot. She leans against the bit really hard. I have to give her a little kick every time I feel her do that, and then she also obviously don't really want her leaning on the bit, but it's all stuff we're working on. I'm not going to sort it out in a single session. As you can see, her canter is definitely a lot more balanced this way. As I said, she finds it a lot easier using herself on the left rein than the right rein. Oh, why did we change the leg there? That's not quite it, is it? There we go. There we go. Good girl. And then she is also, well, we've been working on them for a long time. I walk to canter to walk. I just find it hard. She's not very good at sitting in canter, so it's quite hard to get that really nice short bouncy canter that can just drop into walk. She finds that quite hard, but she's quite good at her walk to canters, not so good at a canter to walk. Go. Ooh. There you go. And then we'll participate a bit and kind of jogs. I was just saying you were good at your walk to canters, Pixie. That was not good. I think I'm lying. It doesn't help that these reins are just slipping through my hands a bit today. There, good girl. Just do one the other way because that one wasn't very good. Good girl, better. And keep walking down. Oh, better. She's not as good as them this way anyway, so that is kind of where we're at with them. But yeah, okay then, can we have a nice trot round a minute? A bit stressy in her walks and stuff. I'm just going to walk over these poles just to let her find her feet a little bit. These are the ones on the canter stride, so they should walk out fairly nicely. I did just tap a couple, which she will do. Like I said, she's not the most careful with poles. I don't think she really has much time for poles, but it's always good and doing this thing. She's walking around on a nice loose rein. She can use her head and neck, and have a good look and work it out for herself, which is always nice to start with. The dogs are humping each other over there, which is always nice. Yeah, just let her work it all out for herself. Now I know that she's pretty settled and she's not going to do anything like try and deck me or anything. I'm happy to just let her have her head and work everything out for herself. So we'll pick up trot and go a couple of times over these poles both ways, and then we will join the two together as well. I'm going to let her have her head so she can use her head. Just don't really want her picking up too much pace through them. We did kind of veer off to the left a bit then, so just like to correct that a little bit, change the rein and go the other way. Come on, darling. Will you let me walk again? I thought I was done. But yeah, always aiming for the middle of the poles and not worrying too much about what she's doing, as long as we don't get too quick. That was much nicer, just that last pole. Just had to rethink a little bit, but try not to let her. She's not the best at being on a loose rein in trot. Not in a sense of she's going to do anything, just more she likes to either pick up the pace or barely trot. I'm trying to really get her at the end of every session trotting around on a loose rein for a while. That really wasn't very straight, that was my fault. I was too focused on talking to sort you out. People use as trot boards just to get them thinking a bit more. Good girl. There you go. And do it on the other rein. Can you pick your feet up, darling? Getting tired. This is quite hard work for my brain. Yeah, pole work is really hard for them brain-wise. It's quite tiring mentally. Oh, whoopsies. We trashed them a long time ago though, guys. Pixie. Just lack a bit of respect for poles. You've literally kicked that into the middle of like I say, she's much more one that would rather just give up than actually try at something she finds hard. Like that was really good, so good girl. But get focused. Back for the next ones. You can have your head, just work yourself out, please. That probably wasn't best on the curve, but she actually tried then and looked what she was doing. As much as I fluffed the line up a little bit, rather do it like that than get a bit muddled. Good girl. For goodness sake. I've got other horses to ride. I've got clients to go to. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Yeah, can't be here all day messing about with poles, but definitely further established that poles is definitely something that we need to work on. So yeah, we can definitely do that. Obviously it's hard not having a menage. It'd be lovely if we had a lovely flat surface, but it's coming, it's all coming. Just, there we go. You can trot and try and help yourself out, but that didn't help you, did it? You ended up hitting it all behind. Yeah, I don't mind them dropping into trot if it's more of like a careful thing. But when it's more of just I can't really be arsed now, then not ideal. Can you just come nicely? Oh, that's a better shot. Good girl, you sorted yourself out then. I'm going to do that with Pixie. She just literally will happily stand on the poles. Go the other way. Yeah, definitely loads of work needs to be done. Might need to paint my poles or get some of them dressage boards like I was saying. Good girl. just to try and get her looking and focusing a bit more on them. So obviously they're wood coloured at the moment, which I don't think helps their eye for seeing them very well. Again, I'm just gonna, sorry, I'm gonna redo that transition. Just being self-disciplined, isn't it? I could have just let her trot off then, but that was a really terrible transition. There you go. And then let her trot off on a loose rein, do a couple of laps of loose trot each way, and then have a walk off, and that'll be her done for today. But yeah. Pixie there somewhere. She is going out in the field for the day. I think I'm going to grab Paprika in. She's just right across the field. She's a bit of a pain, but it's fine. I'm going to grab her in. She obviously, like I said, comes in for the day. We'd usually be in first thing this morning, but we have got 4 stables, so I just wanted to keep. Sorry if you can hear the dogs in the background. They spend the whole day fighting. Come on, Pixie. Yeah, I wanted to keep Pixie in to ride, and I don't really like putting anyone in Kira's stable in the day because it's got loads of straw in it, and I find the ones that come in today are pretty mean, and they're also a little bit box walk. Well, not box walky. The Porsche especially poos at the front of a stable and tramples it all into a bed. And Pixie eats, no, Pixie's not in the day, but Pixie eats a whole bed. She does it every night, which is fine, it's good quality straw. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go and grab Paprika, stop rambling on at you. I imagine this vlog is pretty long already, so I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm gonna do, what's the time again? I'm gonna do a couple of yard jobs before I go. My intention was to get 2 ridden before I went to this at the yard. But I've got 20 minutes till I need to leave really, and that definitely isn't long enough to get on another horse, and I'm really trying to make an effort to not be rushing when I'm riding. I just think it's a bad omen for a session to get on already rushing, so yeah, I can't really ride a horse in 20 minutes anyway by the time I've tacked up and stuff. So I'm gonna get Paprika in. Got 1 more stable left to muck out, which is Kira's, because we don't use it in the day, so I think we're gonna do that. Probably do some hay nets ready for tonight. And then it's time to go to, it's actually a new client. She has got a mare that just needs, she wants some help at home bringing her back into work. So I've got her, I actually recently had to advertise for a bit of work because I've basically not got as much anymore. And I was half and half about whether to just put all the time into my own and try and make a go of this a bit. But yeah, money is definitely a thing that I can't ignore, and eventing 2 horses, maybe 4 very soon, is definitely not going to happen when I am not working as much as I used to. Anyway, I'm now here with Paprika. Pop her, oh, my thighs aren't strong enough to hold you. Pop her head collar on, get her in. Shall we get you in? The sun's gone in now, it's not as warm, is it? Alright, I've zoomed in on me. Anyway, I'm going to start rambling at you, get her in, do some jobs, then I'm going to ride the other horse, and I'll be back here all afternoon. And I promise I'll try not to be as rambly. I'm now back from my work. I rode 2 for her. I thought I was only riding 1, to be fair, but it's the first time I've ridden for her. So just kind of getting to grips with the horses and obviously meeting her and stuff. So yeah, I ended up there a little bit longer than kind of I thought, which has meant that I've now got to crack on a little bit with the riding job this afternoon, which always seems to be the case. I always need to dilly-dally a bit in the morning and then end up quite busy in the afternoons, but it's fine. So I've now got a rather lazy looking feed dog in tow, Phoenix. She's just ended up with the nickname Feed Dog. She was called like Top Dog because she's obviously our best horse really, and then she's just become Feed Dog, so that is now her nickname. But anyway, today I think I did say earlier, I'm going to do some canter work with her. I use this top field because it's probably the biggest one, and now that it's rained a little bit, the ground has softened up quite nicely. Hoping I don't get a little Fernie coming to join me today. She keeps popping under the fence there. I'm going to see what I'm doing, but I think, oh no, I thought my mum was going to come and feed them, so she might stay there, but I don't think she is now. So I might be joined by a little Fern. But anyway, I'm gonna get on her, do a bit of like interval training basically. So do a couple of sets of canter with walk breaks in between. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on, get on her, and then I think I'm gonna do Porsche next, because then I want to do Bond, so Bond can then stay in and I can do Paprika in his field because it's probably the flattest, nicest field to use. So yeah, I'm gonna get on feed dog and do some canter work, although you don't look very up for it, my hun. Feeling tired? Quickly explain, I try and do 2 trots on a loose rein before I start. I've been interrupted by Moose and the puppy dog. Pussy! Oh, have I offended you? Okay, I'm now walking Phoenix off. There you go. She's a good girl. Just feeling a little bit lazy today, but I could tell that when I brought her out the stable. Some days they just be feeling like that. But yeah, but with it being just over a week before we go eventing, it's less about fitting them up at this point. Most of our fitting work should be done by this point. It's more just about getting her in the right mindset of wanting to go forward and enjoying it, which she definitely does. Probably at the start when her ears were pinned back, you might have seen in the videos, she probably looked less like she was enjoying it, but by the second set she was taking me and wanted to go, and Phoenix generally does really enjoy her fast work. So yeah, Pixie's a bit more one that kind of you have to make feel good. She's more one that would benefit from galloping with another one and feeling like she's winning the race. So yeah, they're quite different in that way, whereas Phoenix is a bit more of a natural galloper and enjoys going fast more than Pixie does. But yeah, there's that. And then I was also going to have a quick chat to you guys about obviously I've been to ride for someone else this morning, which I've always done. It's nothing new, but one of them was coming back from an injury and I schooled her for the lady, And obviously where she's come back from an injury and not really been in work that long, she was a little bit weaker and imbalanced, which is fine. But obviously I have Porsche, who is probably my most like weak and unbalanced one. And I find with her, I struggle with the right canter lead a little bit, which is definitely my weaker rein. And it's just interesting that I got on that one today and I struggle a little bit. It took me a couple of tries to get her to pick up on the right canter lead, which I don't think I notice on these bigger ones because they're balanced and they know what they're doing and they're probably used to my aids. But yeah, I think it sounds a bit embarrassing to be saying this when I'm like prepping to go 2-star on Phoenix and intermediate. But I think I don't think I'm majorly like wonky. I just think when I'm riding the unbalanced weaker horses, obviously they feel it and respond to it more, and it's obviously a lot more noticeable. So that's something that I am really desperately going to work on, because I don't want to be riding other people's horses and yeah, feeling or making them look like that, because obviously yeah, I don't want to do that, and it's not fair on other people and stuff. Like nothing major. I feel like I'm being a bit dramatic about it, but I'm definitely going to go. If Phoenix wasn't prepping for a 2-star, I would have done a lunge session today where I took my stirrups off and didn't hold the reins and got my mum to lunge her while I was on her and really work on my seat, because I think stuff like that, it sounds a bit amateurish, I suppose, but not amateurish, is that the wrong word? I don't know, like novice-y, but I actually think stuff like that and working on yourself is really important. So yeah, and I've also got a woman that I work for that does biomechanics stuff and uses all the EQ pans and stuff, and I've been meaning to go to her for ages, keep going to organise it and then falling through or just not actually getting to it. So I definitely want to organise a session with her. She can put me in all the bands and stuff and try and even me out a little bit. Like I say, it's not as major as I'm making it out to be. I just really want to sort myself out if I'm going to go obviously riding other people's horses, because it's not fair. It's not fair on my horses, and yeah. So yeah, that is something that I'm going to work on myself and hopefully improve on. I do go and see a chiropractor every month as well, and they square me up and make sure I am as even as I can be. But yeah, everyone obviously is slightly better one way than the other. It is slightly wonky. I think everyone is, but as much as I can try and even that out is obviously a lot better for the horses. So yeah, definitely something I'm going to work on. But yeah, so just to be fair, she's probably about walked off now. She has got a little bit hot today, to be fair. I think where the sun's just come out while we were cantering around, and she also has to wear a fluffy girth, so she always gets quite sweaty around the girth area. I'm not really one for adding too much fluff and stuff, because I don't really want to add to the heat, but she gets sore armpits, so she has to have a fluffy girth on, which is fine. But anyway, gonna finish walking her off, gonna start rambling at you guys. I'm so sorry if this video has just been me talking at you for like God knows how long. And we will be doing Porsche next, I think. Right, so Porsche's warmed up. I didn't want to bore you with too much again. She's probably going to be a bit lardy now because I've just had a walk around and picked her back up. So I've got my mum to come out and film, so you're not on a tripod in the middle of nowhere this time. But she has been really good, and we had a really bad session last week, so I'm going to leave it short and sweet, providing we semi-behave. These are a little bit long in her for trots, so she's just struggling. And then these ones, I've found that when I sit, she actually takes the time to look at them and work it out a bit better. They are a little bit short, but she's trying. So yeah, I'm not going to do too much because she's gone really well today, and I always think if they go really well, it's nice to reward them and let them do a bit less. These might be a bit long for her because she's got quite a short canter. They're just stalling the Kubota in the background. But yeah, she's gone really well. I'm really happy with that. I'm just gonna do it all the other way. Then that will probably do her. Not worrying again too much about her contacts. Just want her. Oh, I have to go again over them. Yeah, I just want her kind of. She's one that brings her head up a bit more than down and looks where she's going. So just trying to encourage us to bring her head down a little bit. It's all stuff that's coming. It's just she's a thoroughbred, and thoroughbreds are a very different kind. I'm sure anybody that owns a thoroughbred, good girl, knows that. Definitely need to work on my straightness when I come out of them poles. I'm just gonna sit to these next poles because she finds it easier. I don't find it easier in a jump saddle though, Porsche. Good girlie. You are a bit short. Did you miss that first one? Let's do a circle and go back round to them. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And then I get my canter and I'll just canter it. Good girl. Good. I'm just going to keep this canter a minute because she was struggling on it a minute ago. Good girl. Good girl. It's Porsche done. Did get my mum out to do a bit of videoing, as I said. Yeah, it's so annoying, isn't it? She was going so well. Like, as I was saying, we had a really bad session the other day where she just would not go on a contact, was really unbalanced, finding everything really hard. And she's one of them that she finds it hard, she shuts down a bit. Same as Pixie, they're both are shut downers rather than triers. So yeah, it's just the different types of horses, isn't it? And I still feel like I'm working Porsche out a little bit. Whereas Pixie I kind of know inside out now, so it's a bit different. Yeah, she's a funny one. Like, don't get me wrong, she's dead. Ow! Don't do that to me. She's dead safe. Could put anyone on her. Like, she's a good girl, but yeah, I don't know. Just a few like schooling things and stuff that definitely need work. That I need to work her out a little bit more. Oh, I don't know what I've done to this fence. It keeps breaking. Pixie keeps trying to escape. But yeah. I think I've got Bondi next to ride, and then I'm going to do Paprika last, I think. So, I'm going to give you a little wash off. You're a bit sweaty. She says I'm definitely the most unfit one. It definitely is. And then, yeah, crack on with the rest. Crack on with the rest, nearly there. Got on board Bondi. Going up to the top fields. You're a good boy. Walk on the fence, please. Good boy. Starting Bond. Obviously, I thought I'd quickly say, with him being nowhere near as fit as Phoenix, I mean, Phoenix has been running novices, whereas Bond hasn't been eventing at all, ever. So it's obviously a lot less for him as it is for Phoenix. He is just starting really to do this kind of work. So yeah, he won't do as much, but just having a walk around now. We'll get trotting in a second. Probably do a couple of laps of trot each way and a couple of laps of canter each way, and that'll do him because, yeah, like I say, we're just building it up for him. Blondie's canter work done. He's just having a walk off, and to be fair, he's not that out of breath, so I can probably build that up a bit next time. But yeah, really happy with him actually. So sounds a bit sad, we were just doing canter work, but I'm really pleased. He's been one that we didn't event up until now. We're going to try, because he was a bit slow and didn't really want to go fast, and has always been on the lazy side. But actually today he came out and felt like he wanted to go and really enjoyed going fast. So yeah, that's definitely a really nice feeling from him. But yeah, that's him done, so I'm just walking him off now. Sorry I didn't get much video. He was being a good boy, so I did try and get a little bit of canter video for you. But we're in the top fields and no one's up here, so couldn't really get any more than that. Maxie did come down and film a little bit of Phoenix. I'm not sure if I want to put it in or not, because it was, I don't know what Max's filming will have been like, but we'll see. So if you've seen that, then he did good, bless him. But anyway, I'm going to carry on walking him off. And then I've just got Paprika left to do. She didn't take very long. And we've actually got a mare to inseminate tonight. I actually got my auntie up for the day helping out. So her and my mum have been doing some jobs. So the young stock have got hay, and they've also been fed. So we've got Elle here, Dexter, and I don't want any squealies, please. Naughty Dexter. And then Fernie. Can we not squeal? Fernie here, who has just decided that every paddock belongs to her, and she just fence hops all night and every day, don't you? We often find you flat out in a different field. She goes in that field, she goes in that field, she goes in these fields. She basically just does as she likes, but she doesn't come up to the yard, and she didn't go and bother anyone else, so that is good. And she's growing a fair bit as well, bless her. It's insemination time. Obviously that's for cleaning their back ends and all the gear and stuff we need. And then, very exciting, there is, try not to show my address, but semen. I'm not going to give away this stallion yet, I'm going to do a separate video on that, but semen has arrived. So, and here is catheters, the thermometer, syringe, gloves, all that jazz. Yeah, insemination time, first one, well, second time, but same mare, first mare of the year. Flo. Got her tail done, she's all cleaned up. Right. Yeah, just chilling. Right, last one of the day is Paprika. Obviously I was filming her like breaking vlogs separately. Oh, what have I just undone? The wrong bit of the bridle. But I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek as to where she's at, because I haven't put any of them out in a while. And there is one more to come out. So you probably will see a little bit ahead, but I thought I'd include her because I didn't want to miss her out, and she has made some really good progress. But that will be coming your way at some point. I just need to sort it out because it's a little bit disjointed at the moment. But yeah, she's trotting around the field now, which is good. So I'm going to tack her up now. And then get the last one of the day done. Good.
to get to know ya. 이미 시작된 걸.
done, ridden, just taking her out to the field. She's obviously out at night. Hoping you can hear me and it's not too windy. It's only a little bit breezy today, but the phone, back to my phone if you can tell, just picks up all the noise. Where have you been, Rusty Bears? And yeah, camera batteries are well and truly dead. I think I did that by filming that much of my schooling this morning. But anyway, creek was really good. It's actually quite nice to have Jackie there, who's my auntie. She stood in the middle for me and had her on the lunge line to start with, and then she went loose. Because Jackie was here probably 10 days, 2 weeks ago. She said that she actually really looks like she made a lot of progress, which is nice because I feel like you don't really see it when you're riding them every day. And obviously I know she's made progress. You guys should see massive progress because you haven't seen her in ages. But yeah, it's nice to hear it from someone else that it's actually getting better. Anyway, I'm gonna pop her out now and then grab Pixie in, who is behind me. She obviously comes in at night, and then her and Phoenix share the same field, so Pixie's in that one in the day and Phoenix is in that one at night. So yeah, I'll grab Pixie on my way back so then Phoenix can go out. It's all a bit of juggling at the moment, bit of a juggling act with you all, having 4 in at night and 3 in during the day. But yeah, so the swaps begin and then we can get the whales, the broodmares, back out. Freak is currently out with Megan, and Flo has just been inseminated back over there. Flo just needs a jab of oxytocin at 10 o'clock tonight, so my mum's gonna have to come back and do that because I don't live here anymore. I live with my boyfriend Jamie about 20 minutes away. So yeah, anyway, gonna stop rambling again. Just got a thing of rambling about to you today. And grab Pixie Pony. Hi. Says I'm a bit tired after all that schooling this morning. Should we get you in? Shall we get you in? Look at that, my favourite job of the day, isn't it? Coming to see how you're getting along. The big pregnant kizzy. Yes. I'm so pregnant, guys. I need to get this baby out. You do. You're overdue by like a week now. But as you can see, the milk, she's really good with this. The milk has come down into her teats. She hasn't quite got milk in, like you can't get any out yet, but her teats are filling up, so that's a good sign. They are quite hard. She hasn't got loads of bag here, but yeah, she's definitely getting there, and she's a little bit relaxed behind, not fully. Yeah, a little bit in between, and she's pretty wobbly, but I don't think we're quite there yet, are we, hun? Are we? No. And then Woola is also very pregnant, aren't you, Woo? Woo's due 2 weeks after Kira though, I think. Yeah, here's Woo Woo. She's looking nice and chunky, and Woo won't let me touch her teats, but I can show you. Her teats aren't filling up yet, she's just starting to bag up really. And obviously not really any sign on her back end because she's not quite there yet. Anyway, I'm going to try and herd these girls round because they're currently grazing on the garden. They go over this bit and have been right down the garden all day. My dad can't be bothered to mow, and it's really good grass on here with them obviously nearly folding. So it'd be nice for them to get some good grass. So yeah, I'm going to try and herd them back round, and then we're about done for the day. Hey! Should we go get some dinner? Should we go get some dinner? Would you like to go get some dinner? Yeah, that is my day at the stables done. Yeah, done for the day. Been a fairly busy one. Well, not even that. It's just I keep finding that I do it at the moment where I end up doing loads in the afternoon because I just don't get stuff done in the morning. Definitely something I need to sort out. It's a bit annoying. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble on any longer. I'm sure this video is long enough. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you want to see more riding or more general yard vlogs, or what. Basically, yeah, just let me know what you want to see and I shall do that for you. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.